This kitten is going to be the death of me, I swear on my life. Yo, yo, yo. What's up, Ray? How are you? Hey, kitty. Watch. I'm going to put her down. She's going to jump right back up. She gives no fucks. 2-month-old kitten. Just absolutely destroying everything in sight. Let me know if the music's too loud, y'all. Talishar is probably going to be down for a bit, but we will persevere. I said I was going to do a stream. Even if we don't have Talishar, we're still going to do a stream. I love that I found this music. I'm not doing too bad, Ray. I have a house full of animals. Some of my friends and work colleagues are at a work event right now, so I'm taking care of 2 dogs, 3 cats, and then my friend's 2 other dogs that live right across the street. 1 live and 1 waiting. Yeah, no, I always have issues here. I'll fix that. Thanks for the call out, Lowly. I always have issues with scheduled streams. I don't know why, because I haven't linked my OBS to my streaming software, or my OBS to my YouTube. Here, I'll get rid of the waiting one. Where's the waiting one? Okay. Yeah, we can get rid of that one. Delete forever. Very good. Okay. Let me go to the be right back screen for 2 seconds, y'all. I gotta get up and take care of this kitty cat. Come here. Okay. This kitten follows me everywhere, and you would think that would be cute and cool and whatever. No. It's a menace. Let me actually shut the doors behind me. Sorry, y'all. I'm not organized like if I don't shut my bathroom door, she will go in there and she will unroll all the toilet paper. Big fan. What's up, Jacob? How you doing, man? Oh, Lord. How you been, man? I haven't talked to you in forever. Yeah, so Talishar is down, y'all. The amazing team over there is doing some updates. They did not give a timetable. It didn't sound... I mean, I don't know. It didn't sound like it was going to be all night. They said, hey, everyone, Talishar has to go down for a bit to accommodate updates that will break games and upgrading the server. Sorry for the inconvenience. So, no worries at all. Amazing team over there doing crazy, crazy good stuff. So, we'll just talk about the list that I was going to run and kind of talk about everything. When did you get a kitten? Jacob, text me, and I'll tell you. I promise I'll text you back tonight. I'm going to be playing Cyberpunk. Long story. But yeah, so I'll show the list I was going to run. Really right now, Bright Lights is just super fun, y'all. Like, win, lose, or whatever, it doesn't matter. Like, just thinking of cool different things to try and seeing if they work. And obviously not everything works on Talishar right now, so it's not 100% fluid. But let me say something about Talishar real fast. If y'all don't support them, whether just tweeting about them or whatever, you don't have to give monetary, but if you have the means to do so, go subscribe to their Patreon. The speed at which Monk and their team is, however many they have, or if it's just Monk, is putting out stuff. Like, the fact that most of, like, 80-70% of the cards are coded. Yeah, yes, there's some interaction bugs that he's fixing, but overall, like, to have the speed they have with this stuff is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Yeah, 0 to 50 is just a 1 less power than 0 to 60. It's just a 0 for 3 instead of a 0 for 4. That's the only difference. 0 for 4 go again's pretty strong. So they're probably trying to chill on the power creep, you know what I mean? But yeah, so as a Viscerai, I'm having fun with Bright Light so far. No one seems to run AB. Yeah, the AB is a little bit harder, especially in a hero like Teklevossen. It's really hard to find the slots for AB. Like, my original thought has actually been to do this. Like, Scrap Chair is really, really good. But my thought has been to do this. Just run 2 of each, right? That way I free up some sideboard slots. And then ideally, let's see which one I care the least about. I like the chest piece, obviously. Probably the arms. Ideally run Null Rune 1. Like, you're going to have to run AB a little bit. I still don't know what I would want to... Oh, yeah, that's what I wanted to run. Pulse... What's it called? Pulse Wave? No, it's not Pulse Wave. It's this in the sideboard just for right now. It's a good 3 for 7. But yeah, no. Rune Blade players are foaming at the mouth right now. As a permer, I can confirm this is the same amount of effort they put in. Yeah, no, it's unbelievable. But yeah, so I won't rush through this, but I also want to take a little bit of time just to wait, you know, for Talishar to update. If not, we'll just hang out and chill and talk about decks. But yeah, so this is my value Vossen deck list, and as you can see, a cat is probably going to walk across the screen at some point. I'll just let her be. My value Vossen deck list. Teklevosen's been the hardest one. Like, not that we're even close to cracking any of these heroes, but Teklevosen's been the hardest one. Killed a max Nitra basically from 20, just blocked out until I had Rune Chance. That makes sense. Teklevosen is going to be the hardest one to figure out. I truly don't know which one of these Bright Lights heroes will be best coming out of this. I do think Teklevosen's going to be the worst initially because people are going to figure out the best, most ideal build. I'm on a build of... I've only tried a few games, so it's not like I've been sitting here testing game after game after game, but I have tried a couple games where I went like just with the blue boys, right? I did Sentry into these. I'm gonna put you outside, I swear. Okay, we're gonna put the cat out because she will not stop. You need to quit. Man. Get it out. I have to put the gate up because if I don't, she'll scratch out on the other side of the door. Because if I don't, she'll scratch on the door and like grab at the carpet. It's crazy. Sorry about that, y'all. That kitten will not stop if I don't do something about it. And what she does is she gets on my table and she like attacks my mouse, and I can't do anything. And then right here, she was messing with this, and I don't have my wireless headset right now, so she's just gonna attack that. Cute as shit, but like holy crap. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. So I tried like the Soul Controller build, right? Like the Singularity build, basically late game. Having some of the sentries in early to then evolve into Soul Controller was really nice. But the problem is I feel like that this build, like the Singularity build, just gets steamrolled by aggro. You can't stop them fast enough, because it's really hard to run like defense reactions effectively in this deck. At least I'm finding it is. So he can't afford to run AB Equipment Ray if he's doing the Singularity build. If he's not doing Singularity, he can 100% afford to run AB. He can run AB1 just fine. Now, Kano, Kano's going to suck. But against Viscerai and them, he can run 1 Null Rune and just go up to Evo 3. Because all of these cards... The only ones that truly care about having 4 Evos are Terminator Tank and War Machine, but their on-hit effects still are prominent, right? Even with it. So, but yeah, I tried that slow build, and I played it for a few games just for fun, and we had manual mode on so we could actually like simulate the interactions. And it seems like anyone that has good aggro and on-hits just beats that deck, at least initially, right? Without obviously making it good. Then I tried like a... if I bring it up here, tried like a hyper aggressive Vossen list, and this one's actually not too bad. You're relying on just getting 4 of these out as quickly as possible through boost, because they're instant speed equipment. So you just boost them away with your boost cards, and then you play them at instant speed, and you can just keep doing that. And you get to 4 super fast, and then you can play stuff like Terminator Tank 3 for 9, War Machine 3 for 9, Pulse Wave Protocol being able to reveal their entire hand and pick which one you want them to block with. Mechanical Strength is a 3 for 9. It gets really, really good, really, really fast. This one's not bad, and I still want to experiment with this one. So now I'm trying to find something like in the middle. So what I'm doing is like a mid-range Vossen list that can sideboard into the steel package if needed. Yeah, it's actually surprising, James, that they haven't done Null Rune equipment that's Mechanologist, because Mechanologist has, in the lore, Mechanologist has that ore that is used in Null Rune equipment. So it's really funny that there isn't. I mean, there's Achilles Accelerator, I guess, right? And then there's Visitatronic model. So there is like stuff that has Null Rune. It's just giving something Null Rune and block is so broken. I mean, we see it with Dyadic Carapace for Vincent and Viscerai. Like, people don't talk about that a lot because Husk and Ether and Ironweave are really good to those archetypes. But that chess piece is insane. Like, to be able to block 3 and have AB2 is really, really good. But yeah, so I'm on this list. I'm running 8 Sentry, 2 of each slot, and then 4 of these. My goal, honestly, is to pitch these away early, or like not use them early and play the Sentries, and then eventually evolve into these once my Sentry Battle Worn has ran out. Because the good thing about Sentry is they can build on top of themselves, because it's considered base equipment right here, Evo base arms. You can put a Sentry, you can block with this Sentry, put it in your graveyard, scrap it, play it into your arm slot, block for 3, and then play the second one over top of it. So it's super nice. And then late game, I use some of these pieces just to kind of get some added plus abilities, while also, once my Battle Worn is ran off. Favorite Scene does have Rune Madlink. I've been messing with some D-Reacts, but really, it's hard when you have 8 to 12 slots taken up from equipment. It makes it really difficult to like fit that in, but also have enough threats in deck. Because even this, like, I have 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 equipment in the main board, and I only have red attacks 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, 33. So pretty good, but like, I want to try to keep my threat density high, so adding even more fates is a little bit hard. But yeah, so these are what I want to go into late. This chest is really nice. Whenever you boost, you may destroy a card under this. If you do, gain 2. This is, so ideally, right, in the best case, what you would do is you would evolve from your normal chest into this. Then you would block fully with this. Then you would evolve into it again, because it can evolve into itself. And then you would evolve into this. And what that does is it gives you 3 charges underneath, because you have 1, 2 here, and then the third one would be here. So you're able to activate this 3 times. So you're able to basically get a Tekla Foundry Heart effect 3 times, which is super nice. So that one I've been really enjoying. The arms, like, we run these in max. So again, same concept. If you can get 3 max charges of this, you can give +6 late game, which is really nice. This is just simply like, if you evolve, it gets go again. I like using this on like a scrap card. Like off a good pivot hand, being able to play this from banish. Like maybe when your opponent loses a little bit of tempo, and let's say you have a Junkyard Dog, a blue, and like, you know, maybe another, like maybe a Terminator Tank with another blue, really late game, right, or something like that. Whatever the case may be, or 2 blues and a Junkyard Dog and a Terminator Tank, right? Whatever it may be, being able to attack with a Junkyard Dog, instant speed this in, give the Junkyard Dog go again, and then be able to play Terminator Tank, like, could be really, really impactful. So this one's really good late game. And then finally, this one's a good engine. I'll sometimes get this out a little bit earlier than needed, because it doesn't care about charges. But when this is equipped, you may banish a card from your hand. If you do draw a card, this is just a really good cycle. Being able to banish one of the Sentries, not one of the Sentries in a different slot, is really nice. So like, I'll put this down banish the sentry, draw a card, and then I can play sentries from banish. So then I basically be able to banish. It's almost like an Art of War like effect, right? You play this, banish anything that's not a headpiece, and then be able to play it. So playing that early is pretty nice. Dash galvanized build, like no boost. I haven't looked into that, Blaze. That's actually really interesting. I haven't even heard anyone suggest that. All good armor is reserved for Runeblade. True. That is so true. Runeblade has gotten so much good stuff. So yeah, that's kind of the base concept. I've been playing around with 8 to 12 equipment. In all honesty, my favorite amount so far is 8 equipment. Like in my aggro Vossen list, I'm only running 8. I'm running 2 of each, and it's felt really good. Like I haven't clunked up. I get them when I need them, and then the good thing is once you play these out, it doesn't hurt you too bad because you can use the yellows for pitch, or you can just banish these right off of Zoom Call or something else, and be able to, like, you know, just get rid of them so they don't keep clunking up your hand. But the reds are a little bit dicey. Like the yellows aren't bad. Once you go into these, you at least can use these 2 yellows for pitch. These kind of like really clunk up your hand. So these have even have been a little bit dicey. But their effects are just so good. Like being able to have 2 Foundry Heart charges underneath this is super nice. But yeah, the value of Vossen list is kind of where I'm at right now. When it comes to attacks, like I have the opt attacks in here with dive through data and data link. Just being able to cycle to my to these faster. It's been really nice, especially if I know I'm going to go into another boost. Being able to opt, maybe I see I opt down, or maybe I opt after it hits and I see that one of these is here, then I'll purposefully boost again so I can get it and banish and then play it. So that's really nice. I'm still confused on how the inventory fabricate works. Does that just mean you spend sideboard slots on extra proto equipment, or if you can break an equipment slot? Yeah, so Ray, the way it works is you have your inventory is your sideboard. They're just changing the word. So what you would do is you would put, like if you had 4 proto equipment here, right? If you have an open equipment slot, you can fabricate to bring in a proto equipment and basically reset that equipment slot so then you can build upon it again. However, you have to keep in mind that it has to have something. So like Temper says, right, if it has 0, destroy it. When you destroy this, it destroys everything underneath it, right? Which is really, really good because then it'll clear the equipment slot, because all cards that are underneath, all sub cards, are considered, I forgot how LSS worded it. Let me go to the rules reprise. Do they have it here? Yeah, they do. So yeah, the way it works is like base cards can go into Evo base cards, right? Base and Evo cards, deck cards, which then can go into Evo cards. Base Evo cards can also go into themselves, right? But the way that the Fabricate works, I think they had a note in here on Fabricate. I'm almost positive. Maybe they didn't have a note in here on Fabricate. They had something that talked about when something goes away. Oh yeah, what happens when an Evo is destroyed or banished? When an Evo is destroyed, banished, or otherwise leaves the arena, any subcards underneath it are cleared away. This means that they go into their respective owner's graveyard. If the subcard is a token card, it doesn't get put into the graveyard. It simply ceases to exist. It's ephemeral. So you basically can reset your sideboards, your equipment slot if it's like a Temper. However, if you're using something like Battle Worn, you're pretty much stuck unless you can evolve this again. What I found really cool about this, man, explaining this to new players is going to suck though. Can I prevent Battle Worn, Blade Break, or Temper from triggering on my base by transforming it? This is the nutty thing. So if you declare base equipment as a defending card, you can wait until after damage is calculated, so after the damage step and it's dealt, then you're in the resolution step, and in the resolution step link, you can activate Tekla Vossen's ability and transform it, which means it won't trigger. By doing so, the base equipment is transformed to the Evo equipment and is no longer defending the combat chain, and it forgets it's defended. The Evo is transformed and is equipped into the respective equipment zone, does not automatically become a defending card on the combat chain. So like, if you're playing, there's a ton of use cases for this, but the way I think about it is if you defend, so like, let's say this is the headpiece, right? If you defend with this headpiece and it's battle worn, and you know that it's a Katsu, right? And they played spinning wheel kick, and you know they're going to go into a cyclone roundhouse, and you don't want them to banish this equipment away potentially on a hit. You can activate Tekla in the resolution step of this chain link, play this at instant speed, and it will no longer be seen as defending on the chain. It'll just go back to its equipment slot. So you can like avoid on hits of banish on hits and stuff like that. It's so people, this set is going to make people learn what like the layer step, like, and I didn't know this until like a year and a half of playing the game. I'm not even going to lie. I never thought about it. No one ever taught me it. Like the layer step, there's the layer step, the attack step, defense step, reaction step. In fact, the reactions can be played at instant speed. Then you have the damage step, resolution step, right? This is going to force people to know what those steps mean. Galvanize require destroying in one item for each item you gain +2. I do not like it, to be honest. If one item is been destroyed, maybe it would be OP. Yeah, no, the interaction I'm sure isn't coded yet. That's pretty complex. The galvanized stuff is interesting. I just don't think the payoff's worth it. It's really situational, right? Like, obviously, the best situation for a galvanized is like if you're running one of the steam counter equipment pieces, like it made Z-script or something, and you took the last counter off going into this turn, and then it has no counters left, and then it goes into your opponent's turn, so you know it's going to pop next turn. Then you use Galvanize to destroy it anyway because you're not going to get any value off of it regardless. So yeah, there are some situations, but you have to time that perfectly, and even then, like, all that for one additional block. It's a little interesting. Now, there are, like I said, my underrated, overrated video, I think there are some galvanized cards that, let me see if Talishar is still down. It is still down. It's totally fine. There are some galvanized cards I think that could see play. Like Infused Titanium, I think is really good. It's a 3-for-7, which is good, but also can block 4 potentially. I think that one's pretty good. I think Torque Tuned isn't bad. It's a 2-for-6 with overpower and potential overpower, and it can potentially block 4. So like those two specifically I think are pretty good, but all the other ones are kind of like meh. Yeah, that's another good point, Tim. So people aren't realizing this. I didn't realize this until someone said it. So do they talk about it in the rules reprise, Tim? Yeah. So when a card is in your hand, so first off, when you defend with the equipment from hand, Temper, Battle Worn, all those don't trigger. It just defends. So if you defend with the Blue Boys for 3, it won't go down to 2 in your graveyard because there's no way to track that, right? You basically treat the text as if it's blank. The thing is, like Tim just said, for example, so Evo cards and Bright Lights have 2 different types, action equipment or instant equipment. Both can be used to defend. In this way, they can both be considered action or instant cards and an equipment card. This is very important when you're defending with them from hand or even when they're equipped. For example, abilities like Overpower prevent you from defending with more than one action card. So that means like if you have this headpiece equipped, you can't defend with this headpiece and another action card because it's considered an action equipment. So you have to keep that in mind. That's why Overpower in a vacuum isn't as good as Dominate, but in this set specifically in a limited environment, it's very good. It's basically Dominate. Not basically. It can be basically Dominate in certain situations. So if you're required to defend with equipment you control and your Evo cards in hand don't meet that condition, you don't control cards until they're case. This means you still have to defend cards like a boosted T-Van equipment that is already out in the arena. Yeah. So things like Temper, Blade Break, and Battle Worn don't trigger when you defend with Evo cards from hand. This is why the 3-block Blade Break is better. It's like when I first looked at, before this rules reprise came out, right? I was saying, sorry, y'all. Before this rules reprise came out, I was like, the 3-block Blade Break didn't make sense to me. So like you have this 3 costs, where is it? Here it is. All these 3 cost Blade Break ones, and I was like, why are these 3 cost, but the two defense Blade Breaks are 0 cost? Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, yes, they have some abilities, but 3 resources for 1 extra block. But the thing is, if you block with these from hand, they don't break. They just go to grave. You can scrap them and then equip them again. So you could effectively get 6 block out of this card, right? Which is without it before it leaves the game for good, which is pretty nuts. Yeah, kind of like it for Mech Mirrors. I agree, Blaze Storm. It's pretty nuts. But yeah, this is the Value of Awesome list I'm on. I'm still going to tinker with it, mess with it. I was a little bit not on these cards before, but if you can get Evos out fast, those cards are pretty nuts. Another really unique card is Scrap Compactor, especially at blue. I love this card. Boosting a couple times, like 0 cost boost, and then playing Scrap Compactor at the end, allowing you to scrap a like Sentry Head into your banish, and then also play it at an instant because of Scrap Compactor's ability is pretty good value. Like if you have a blue and like, I don't know, a Throttle, right? Or not even a Throttle, but Underloop. You know, you're able to pitch your blue, play Underloop, then play Scrap Compactor. It doesn't have to go again, but you scrap down your Sentry equipment, and then you play your Sentry equipment at instant speed. So with your 2 floating. So really cool interaction. Yeah, the fact that they don't replace themselves is kind of crappy in Mad Link, but I also understand why. Like being able to replace a 3 block like continuously would just be insane. You would get so much value. I truly do think that for the cost, the best value Evos are the Sentries. Like 3 Battle 1 for 2, and you can build on itself is just really good value. I think like for the opportunity cost, those are probably the best ones. But what I love about the Evos is there's so much like diversity in these cards. I'm super excited about it. Let me see. Let me pull this over here for a second, y'all. I need to make sure I go to the right deck. So I put out that max deck tech. I've obviously been making changes like every day. That was my first crack. So I'm still, so sorry if this list looks different than the video. It's not like on purpose. It's just like anyone. You're constantly trying new things for fun. This is kind of where I'm at with Max right now. I am on Banksy. I was wrong about Banksy. I originally didn't like Banksy. I thought it was kind of redundant, but most people don't want to block this card. So it's just a free three damage a lot of times. Especially in the aggro matchups. And then I saw what was it? Actually, did I not make the change to this one? Hold on one second, y'all. This is probably the wrong deck. No, it's not the wrong deck. I'm just an idiot. I saw the Tekla Foundry give a suggestion of like not running the boots and running adaptive planning, which I actually like a lot. Max rarely needs the second action point. So running this and being able to use Hyperdriver basically is a block 3, and then you can equip a boot slot anyway is pretty nice. Or if you don't even run a boot slot, if you're not going to go Mechanoid and you're just doing straight aggro like this list is, why not run a 3 block off of one of your Hyperdrivers? This is going to die next turn anyway. I think yeah, the red Evos are good. I think any red Evo you run, you only can run a 1 of in Tekla Boston, because once you equip it, if you can't re-equip it, like if you can't equip over top of it, then you have a no block red card in your deck that does nothing, and that just feels bad. Yeah, no, for sure. So yeah, the adaptive plan goes in the boot slot just as a 3 block blade break. Arms are still here. I like these arms because I have a 1 of Evo Facebreaker. I'm only running 1 of these. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. But it's potentially your Tekla Pounder if you can get it in the early game. Super nice. And then these 2 are kind of staples. I've gone up to Heist because in my sideboard, I have a fatigue game plan with Moonshot and Gas Up to be able to bring these Hyperdrivers back and have a really big Moonshot turn. But yeah, I have this just in the list because I need to figure out how to freaking use it. Cognition Nodes is for Dromai, and then BIOS Update again for Fatigue to go a little bit higher, and basically build for really good Moonshot turns. Yeah, BIOS update with hybrid drivers is super nice. So I'll answer both of these. So mono, would an accelerator be better in general? So yeah, you could run accelerator. The problem with the accelerator is not the problem, but like the only time Max needs an action point is if you get the God turn. All right, so let me rephrase. The only time that Agromax, not Mechanoid Max, the only time that Agromax needs an action point is 2 times. One, if you have multiple hybrid drivers in your hand, or you're trying to do a 2 hyperdrive return, or 2, you're looking to do, which in the Moonshot build, I probably would see. I would probably end up doing this. Before I explain it, I would probably end up doing this. Where is it? Inventory. Okay. He never needs the extra action point hardly ever. The only time is if you had 2 hyperdrivers in hand, or if you got the God turn and you were able to put together a Max V into a Moonshot. Because every time else, like, you're either cranking or you're getting go again through boost anyway. So you don't really need to pop Achilles to get an action point in any sense. Max also, I've found out, is operating really good off 2 and 3 card hands. Like a 2 card hand, like a blue and Pulse Wave Harpoon, like, or a blue and like with 1 hyperdriver and Pulse Wave Harpoon, because you almost always have 1 hyperdriver. You play Pulse Wave Harpoon, pitch your blue, go down to 2 resources, go back up to 3 because of the hyperdriver, pitch to Max, have 1 floating, you crank that hyperdriver, and then you swing with Banksy. So it's a 2 card 7. And you get to keep a hyperdriver potentially, or you have a hyperdriver for next turn. So it's 2 card 7s. He has 3 card 12 to 13s. So you just don't need that extra action point most of the time. So why not use it for a little bit more block value? If you know you're not going to get a lot out of that hyperdriver next turn, being able to basically have a pseudo another card in your hand to block with at any given point is super nice. So that's that. When it comes to Achilles Accelerator versus Cogworks, the reason I like Cogworks is because, so Achilles Accelerator has Arcane Barrier 1, obviously. That makes it better. Also, it can block T-Bone, which is also nice, but Max doesn't really care about that because the only piece of equipment we don't want to block T-Bone with is Crown of Providence. So unless they can do a 4 T-Bone turn, or a 3 T-Bone turn, I'm just gonna block with Heart or block with potentially Facebreaker if I have it out quick enough. Like, I'm okay. I'm willing to drop the T-Bone. What Cogworks gives you is it doesn't pop, right? So in this build specifically, you could run Achilles Accelerator, but the reason I like Cogworks in a list that doesn't have that has Mechanoid as a sideboard option, it won't pop when you use its ability. Achilles Accelerator does pop when you use its ability. So in this list specifically, because I just made this list this past day, you would run Achilles Accelerator, but my original deck tech, I had a Mechanoid sideboard plan. So because of that, I was running Cogworks, so I could still use that extra action point ability, but also not pop my boots. That was a long explanation. Hopefully it made sense. No access to AB1 is rough, but I mean, I still have AB2 if I absolutely need it. And in like a Viserai matchup, unless he plays like a meet and greet or something crazy, you're hardly ever pitching Arcane anyway, because this matchup, this isn't a slow matchup. But yeah, sure. It depends how relevant Viserai and Vincent are in the upcoming meta, because after ProQuest season, Icelander's gonna be gone, like gone. Kano could be around, but if I run to a Kano, I run to a Kano. And then Viserai, it'll be interesting to see where Viserai sits. Yeah, Mad Link, adaptive plating was pretty funny. How it confused a lot of people. Yeah, in this list specifically, Achilles Accelerator does make more sense, 100%. But my other list where I was doing more of a... do I have it still up? Yeah, I think it was this list. Yeah, in this list... So this list I had Hanabi Blaster, and I have a Mechanoid sideboard option. So instead of running Achilles Accelerator and not being able to pop it when I side into Mech, I was running Cogworks because I can still use the ability but not pop the boots. So that's why I did what I did with that. Sucks. Yeah, that's where I'm at with that list. Let me see if I can. What else are we looking at here? This is my other updated Dash.io list I've been working on. This one's still like super early beginnings. I'm trying to figure out how the heck I want to run this list. I did do the video and I am solid with that initial concept, but I'm also like just playing with other stuff. The game plan against slower fatigue style decks, with this deck specifically, it's to go into a moonshot plan. So I add my third moonshot to the list, and then I add 5 hyperdrivers and gas up and BIOS update. So I go, if they're super fatigued, I'll just side those in. I haven't 100% decided what I want to take out yet. I'd probably take out a couple of the 0 for 3s, like Sprocket Rocket and Data Link, just to have a little bit more. It depends. It depends what type of fatigue deck it is. If it's one I think is just going to try to fatigue me, I'll just side everything in and not take anything out. And when I say everything, I mean from moonshot over. These, I would put in 12 cards. So I'd run a 72 card core. And the goal with that is just to put hyperdrivers out or have a little bit of tempo and then use gas up to go get hyperdrivers and then have a big moonshot turn, like 3 for 12 overpower, and be able to push damage that way. And also be able to do stuff like Hyper Scrapper into Moonshot. Yeah. I don't think Max is better than Boost Dash. I don't think he is. I think Boost Dash is better, for sure. I think Boost Dash is more flexibility with her pistol. And I mean like traditional Dash. Because on a 2-card hand, she can still push 4 damage. Or on a blue, she can still push 4 damage. And her pistol allows her to just have, again, more flexibility into like matchups where she needs to pivot. The way Fabricate reads, Ray. I always have to read this card like 10 times. I mean, I think Singularity is considered an Evo permanent, right? But no, so I do know from my understanding that Singularity, when transformed, does take up all equipment slots. That's my understanding. It takes them all. Right? That's why it transforms. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong, though. I need to check with the judge on that before I give my opinion. I really don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. But yeah, for my Dash one, I'm having some fun with different things. Like right now, I'm trying. I think Boom Grenade is going to be kind of a winner in her if you're not doing like a hyper control list. I'm doing more of a tempo list where I just want to get booms out and be able to like force my opponent to say, hey, either I'm basically playing Boost Dash with Boom Grenades. That's the way I look at it. The only other thing I have in this build specifically, I have one Optical Monocle. If you can get this out early, it's so nice. To be able to cycle power cycle through Tekla Core, one of, and Penetration Script. I want to make this card work because this card seems like a little mini Channel Mount Heroic if you can do it correctly. If you can get this out at the start of your turn, it basically gives you like, you know, a free +6 over 2 turns. And if you can put counters on it, that's why I wanted to run one Plasma mainline so I could put counters on it, but it's a little bit too situational. Then we're running all the opt stuff so we can opt. Running Expedite so we can get booms from hand into the arena if we need to. High Octane's really nice for those Symbiosis shot turns. So like what I've been finding with a couple games I've played is this normally gets to like 4 or 5 counters, 5 or 6 counters on it. And then you just play a High Octane, boost 3 times if you can ish, and then shoot this for like, you know, 6 or 8 without having to spend resources to load it. Boomer Dash seems fun. Yeah, Boomer Dash does seem fun. Matt, I do agree that Nitro Mechanoid's probably going to be the more preferred sideboard plan for Max. Tim, I do agree with you on that one. Tim, are you going to be there on Friday? There's a pre-release at Reaper on Friday, and well, the Wiley one I know you're not going to go to because that's super far for you. But But there's one in Game Nerds on Sunday at 12 in Wiley. But Reaper's on Friday at 7. Penetration script is so cool with Heist or Metex. No, yeah, I agree. Are you going to be there Friday? Sweet. Nice. I'll be there too. I'll be getting my TCC kit too, my Tellurian Community College kit, so I can have fun with that. I'm probably not going to open it Friday. I'm probably going to like open it on stream and have fun, even if people know what's in the decks or what's in the kit. Just be able to have some fun on stream. I'm excited to try this one out. I just don't know how good it's going to be. I don't know if just traditional boost dash is just straight up better. You're going to 4 this weekend? Where else has one, Tim, that's here that you think is worth going to? Because I will gladly go. I have the partner's out this weekend, so it's just me. So I have nothing better to do but to go to pre-releases. Why am I cut? I think the rules only said counts as 4 Evos, so it's a bit vague on whether it actually occupies. Yeah, the TCC kit's going to be so much fun, Tim. With Dash, I like the build I have that pumps items out to system reset for hopefully 6 pistol shots. That's a good thought. That's cool. You got lucky and got 6. Nick, 6 pre-releases or 6 TCC kits? Done it twice. That's sick, man. Or sick, my friend. Yeah, I want to play with the items, but I've never played mech. So, like, not only am I trying to build decks that make sense and give y'all, like, a good starting point, I say y'all, people that actually want it, but, like, it's also new to me, too. Is Talishar back up? I keep checking. It's not back up yet. It's still undergoing maintenance. I'm trying. I wanted to play. If not, I'm just going to sit here and talk to you, find people for an hour, and then we'll go. Is there anything else anybody wanted me to review? Not that my opinion's that crazy, but yeah, these are basically my decks I've been building. This is, like I said, this is the aggro deck. I didn't really go over this too much, but I'm running 8 of these. Really just trying to get their abilities as quickly as possible and get all 4 of them out as quickly as possible, and then be able to attack with these Evo upgrades and get their full effect. And then you have Singularity on the side. Firewall is an interesting card. I like this card a lot. The only one I can go to this weekend. I only have one. Yeah, Ray, I used to be like that in when I lived in North Carolina. This was back in Monarch Tales of Aria time frame. There was only 2 stores that ran Flesh and Blood tournaments, and one of them we didn't support. So it was literally just our one store. I think pay 1 for instant. The 0 cost crank items so good on Dash. Fits into the shot. You know, I can see that future for sure. Yeah, I think Dash if I had to give a guess on who's going to be the best hero out of the 3, I would probably say Dash IO. That would be my kind of first choice. And then it would probably be Teklevossen, and then it actually would probably be Max. I think Max is easiest to play, but I think Max actually has the most problems. But I could be wrong. System reset it. System reset it? Oh, like do a completely different. Yeah, they did the system reset. Oh, system reset is nuts. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, system reset is really good. It's interesting, though. Like, system reset is one of those cards, and I'm sure Nathan from the Card Guys, definitely check out their stream. He's streaming at 9, I think. Definitely go check out their stream because he's going to give you some crazy insight that I can't. When it comes to, like, true value versus potential value, and like how much you're losing by doing this. So like banish expect on control zones. You know. It's like this is really good, but you also have to have it the right moment, right? This has to be able to be played at the right moment. Yeah, I agree, Tim. I agree. She has the highest potential. Yeah, because if we look at, maybe let's do this first. I've done this so many times. Item is over here somewhere. Oh my goodness. I hate trying to look for things in front of people. It makes me weird. Am I crazy? Or is it in here? What is up with me? Mechanologist. Item. It should be in type, right? Equipment. Oh, it's probably going to be under action. That's why. Why do I not have item here, y'all? Why am I this crazy? There it is. God dang. Yep, it doesn't have go again, so you lose that just for playing, but it has potential. Yeah, I feel like, well, you can't play it off top of the deck because it's X. If you can play at the right time with dash, you can crank multiple cards. If you can just repeatedly attack with a pistol. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So you have like 3 items in play. You pitch a blue. You play system reset. You crank it 3 times. Gain 3 action points. Play. I see what y'all are saying. That makes sense. Totally forgot about that. So yeah, here's all the items that she can play off the top of the deck. Boom's an obvious one. These are really interesting, but I don't think they do much. I think it's just for flavor. I actually like Absorption Dome a lot. If you're running like a really like tempo-based dash IO list with a lot of boost, this could potentially be really good. Like you boost 3 times with 3 cards, right? You play this out. And then you prevent 3 your next turn after you draw up. That's pretty nice. I like this card a lot. Should main 3? That's interesting. Definitely seems good. I have to try it out for sure. This card's obviously good in Dromai. I want to try to fit Convection Amplifier in like as a one-of against decks that really can block me out really easily and have some dominate. Be really nice, especially in like a tempo plan with like maximum velocity. This one I want to be good, but this is like a really bad Dissolution Spear. It basically can block Kodachis. That's the way I look at it. Like if I were to use this in anything, it would be against Ninja. Because you get this out at the end of your offensive turn, and then you're able to basically block out their Kodachis for a turn. Or prevent them from playing at Kodachis. Grinding Gears is a funny one too, for all you Arachne enjoyers. Absorption Dome is a trap. Yeah, it should. A lot of people have actually been on Medkit too, just because you play it instant speed, give a counter to your pistol, gain 2 health. I don't know how much I like it, but some people have been talking about it. This card's really cool. It's basically a Mechanologist Oasis. Do we have Talishar connectivity? No, we don't. Mechanologist Oasis, essentially. Overload script's pretty cool. Penetration scripts we've already talked about. It's pretty nice. This one's really good too, but I think if you're going to run this, you should just run penetration script. It's just better. People have been talking about Quantum Processor too. If Dash IO is a good fatigue hero, then Medkit will be very good. Yeah, I don't know. So, like, also, this is my pea-sized brain talking about, you know, developer construction. But, like, Dash IO is a 36 health hero, but also a hero that wants to run a lot of items, right? Like, it's just interesting to me they made her 36 life. Like, I know she's a pseudo 5 intellect hero, and that's probably why. And that she can instant speed in do a lot of shenanigans. So, like, I get it. But also, like, you're telling somebody to run a hero with 4 less life starting that also has anywhere from 6 to 12 non-blocks in their deck. Maybe more. I'm lowballing, right? It's very interesting. I probably would have done like Riptide and put her like 38 or something. Yeah, if you opt, you can see 2 cards. That's for sure. No, I'm not. Yeah, I know. I think I know why they made her 36. It's just, it kind of sucks. 4.5 intellect. No, I agree. That's funny. Let me in. I just want to play. Take all the time you need, though, Talishar. Y'all are the homies. Making the game better for us. One step at a time. LSS has just done an amazing job. This is the most flavorful set we've had, for sure, in my opinion. I'm really interested. I'm definitely going to get off before Nathan starts his stream up because I want to watch. I want to see what his takes are. Nathan has a really good mind for the game. Sorry, y'all, about this. I apologize. I can't give you, like, super intriguing content if I can't get into Talishar. What do we think? Should we do for fun? Hold up. Here we go. You know what? Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something that doesn't really matter, does it? I made a tier list. Oh, I thought I made a tier list. Maybe I did not make a tier list. Hold up. Let me bring this off screen. What did I do? I thought I made a template. Bright lights, flesh and blood. Maybe I didn't. In which case, I'm dumb. I know I made a tier list for this. Maybe I didn't. Here, let's go to intermission for 2 seconds, y'all. Hero meta predictions. Yeah, I'm gonna do hero meta predictions. But I'm also going to turn off my cam so I can freely move my stuff around without... Not that I have anything to hide, but... let's see. Alright, now I can do this freely, y'all. I just have work tabs up so I don't feel like getting in trouble. Yeah, no, we'll do a fun tier list. It'll literally mean nothing. I mean, it will mean something, but bright lights, CC meta. Select category. We'll do card games because we are card gamers. Let's do this. And let's choose files. Let me move some stuff around really fast, y'all. I need to put all the heroes in one folder. Otherwise, it won't work. I don't know. I don't think... I mean, it's too early to tell. I don't know how much Bright Lights is going to change the meta. Especially for ProQuest season. Like, unless people just want to play it for fun. I don't see how it changes the meta that much. Dash IO. Max. Lord. Okay. Almost there, y'all. Save images. adult heroes. Okay, I have the full art versions of all of these, but except for the new heroes, but it's fine. Okay, now let's do this. Bop, bop, bop. I have the non-adult version of Inset, which is very funny. Meta setters, meta counters, the field, rogue, hello. Bam. If you're a mech fan, it'll be a tier list. That's funny. I'm going to do an Evo tier list, though. Banksy plus penetration script. If they don't block, it's neat. That is true. Okay, here we go, y'all. We're good. We're good. See if this works. How's it look? Okay, cool. It's going to look a little botched, but it's fine. But it's fine. You know what we're going to do? We're going to be professional YouTubers here and do this on the fly. Actually, no, you know what? We'll just leave it how it is. It's fine. We don't have to do all crazy stuff. We can zoom up a little bit. That'll help probably. Maybe not. Let's do this, and then now we'll do it, y'all. This is what we do. Oh yeah. We'll do it like this, yo. I need to do display capture instead of or monitor cap, not monitor cap. Yeah, display capture, window capture instead of display capture. Okay, so we'll go through this just for fun. I think if you want to go ride, you can consider it. I'm gonna lurk and listen. Have a good night. Have a good night, Ray. So we obviously have. We're just gonna do this for fun while we're waiting for Talishar, because I think Talishar is still down. Yep. So we got the LL, we got the Starvo, we got Chain, we now have Briar. We're about to have Icelander. Oldheim, Prism. Not missing anyone else. Okay. Yes, we have Young set. Don't judge me. So I'm not gonna have a bad deck tier because I don't like doing that. They're just the field, right? You have good decks, and then you have the decks that people just play to play. So obviously, Arachne is still in the field. I don't, as much as I love Arachne, I can say right now, even as the ninja creator, when it comes to flavor, Arachne is my favorite deck, and it's not close. I love playing that deck so much. I'm so mad that they are still bad. I want them to be good so bad. Anyway, so let's talk about the meta. Obviously, Dromai. What I'm gonna do here too, if y'all are okay with it, we'll do a ProQuest meta first, then we'll talk about post. We'll talk about post ProQuest in Dallas and Worlds. So for ProQuest meta, it's obviously gonna be pretty simple. Like I think ProQuest meta is like, I don't think Bright Lights affects the ProQuest meta. I really don't think it does. I think these are the top 3 decks. I don't think anyone's gonna ever argue that. Young Vincent, new tech. I know, right? I made this tier list a while back. And at the time, I don't think I had an adult version looking of Vincent. So yeah, these are the top 3. Everyone knows that. Not necessarily counters, but like some of the next tier, right, is probably Dash, right? And then Uziri is technically a counter right now, so long as Lexi is in the field, but Uziri just gets destroyed by these two. Bravos has decent disruption if he can keep it up, does pretty good in the Jeremiah. Can push through Icelander with Dominate if he does things right. And then Lexi's a little bit trouble. And then really good Dash players have shown some reasonable success, right? And then you just have everyone else in the field. Like, I think that this ProQuest season, you could see... I don't know. I don't know what you could see. If I'm going to say Rogue, obviously these go in there. because we don't know what they're going to do yet. Bolton's in the field. I do think Bolton starts to creep up. It's like if this isn't for ProQuest, it's like tier 2 decks, right? It's not really meta counters. Dory's in the field. Sorry, Morty. I apologize. Not really. Kano's Rogue, as always. The field. Yep. It kills me to do this, but this is how it is. Even though both ninjas can do some stuff, I'm gonna put Katsu here. Katsu showed enough placings in national season, in my opinion, to be at the bottom of tier 2. That's just my opinion. Fi did not. Everybody keeps saying Fi is better than Katsu. Katsu had more placements, I'm pretty sure, in national season, like significantly more. And then Reinhardt, Sag. But yeah, I think that's ProQuest. Arachne would be horrible. Would be a horrible T1 deck. Make everyone quit. I can see that, Tim, for sure. But yeah, this is kind of like the ProQuest meta. I don't like so like if we're taking these 3 out, and then I give my opinion, right? We'll just put them down here for a second. I think there's like early ProQuest meta, and then there's like Dallas meta. I'm just going to talk about Dallas because early on, I think people are going to be trying to play Max a lot because he's simpler. And Dash IO is going to fall behind and Teklevoss are going to fall behind because these decks are going to take a while to figure out. If I had to pick a deck that's going to go into this tier, it would be Dash IO. I think, like, if I had to order this freaking tier right here, it probably goes like this. Those 2 are up there. Labia's up there. Like, these 3 are in their zone. Then it probably goes like, Vis. Gosh, Reinhardt. I think Arachne's better than Prism's the sad part. And Set, Teklevoss, and Riptide's at the bottom, even before Arachne, in my opinion. Yeah, I think it falls somewhere like this, and then Max maybe falls like right here, and Teklevoss falls like in this area, right? But then I think Teklevoss, if people can find the right build, will start to scoot up. But I think Dash IO has the best chance in ProQuest season once people figure her out to do well. That's just my opinion. Post ProQuest, when Lexi LLs, and in my opinion, Icelander LLs, it completely changes. Again, wild opinions here. Uziri just goes to here. Bad. Unless you just run hyper fatigue, because this girl is going to be everywhere. So she becomes obsolete because her best matchup is gone. I think Bolton gets really good. I think Bravo becomes into the meta discussion. I think both the ninjas get better. I originally thought they weren't going to, but I do think both the ninjas get better. I think Dash goes up to meta because Boost Dash is going to be a problem, and she got a lot of new toys for even a hybrid game plan. I think Dash becomes like one of the better decks. Dash IO stays up here. This is late game. Like, this is post ProQuest in Worlds. And then I think Teklevoss, someone's going to figure out something. I think he's going to be like right here. And then you're going to have like these in here. These are in no particular order. This goes to like tier 1.5. So I think Worlds like looks something like that. That's completely arbitrarily guessing though. Come on, Talishar. Please. Nope. Yeah. Also, Azalea gets a lot better because Jeremiah is winnable, and she is going to prey into some of these aggro decks that don't want to. What's up, Seth? Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. I think Katsu and OG Dash immediately becomes a top tier deck. No, I agree, Morty. He rescued 5 from the field. Katsu from the field. Katsu didn't do bad. I think Katsu and Viserai as well. You think Viserai? I mean, Viserai will counter some of these Mechanologists, but I don't know how prominent they're going to be. Viserai's placing all depends on how Mechanologists are. But I agree with you. I think Dash actually goes to here. Maybe even here. Who knows? But until someone dethrones Jeremiah, I'm going to keep Jeremiah there. But like Worlds is like that, I think. I think these are your top 3 decks. And I think these 5 decks just fight. There's no particular order. Maybe Teklevoss finds a build that works, but I doubt it. So someone could probably give you a more educated response, Pyra. The problem with Uziri is you have two different builds going around right now. You have the contract, alters list that's like super, super fatiguey with a ton of like contract cards, and you just don't have the action point economy to play into Dromai. Alters, that individual is a freak of nature when it comes to how they play, and they're really, really good. But other people that try to do it just can't. You can't consistently do it. You can't consistently have the action point economy to wipe her board and do things. Then you have like the more fast Uziri game plan, which is like Art of War, Obscene, and Mischievous Meeps. And y'all think I'm crazy with that deck list that came out. There's a lot of people talking about it. Not my list, but like that style of Uziri with more action point economy. But then you just struggle into some other stuff. So she's just going to have a really bad... The short answer to your question, Pyra, she has trouble clearing dragons. And she also has trouble racing Empress. So just in order to beat Dromai, you have to have good action point economy, and Uziri, even with a very tuned, efficient build, doesn't have as much as she needs to have. Unless you just play her like not a Uziri. Like, she has very little assassin cards. And the occasional swap when she can do it. So. Yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see. All this is like hyperbole. I do think that once... The one thing I can solidly say, right, if I reset this... The one thing I can solidly say is once Lexi and Icelander go into LL... Chain, Briar... Where's Starvo? Where are you at? I hate that deck. Once that happens, I think the top three decks become Dromai, Dash... I think Dromai and Dash are like the top two. Maybe Bravo sneaks in there, but really it's these two decks. I think those become kind of the big boys. I think Azalea gets pretty good. Right, and then maybe some of the ninjas. Maybe something like that. Dash IO might sneak up in there. Dorian, Bolton gets very good with that headpiece. Max versus Dromai, who wins? I'm a bet Hype Boy. Have to see. Because just boosting away, like, you got to clear the dragons. I mean, you could use Banksy to clear the dragons. Does Banksy say hit a hero, or does it say hit? I haven't. When it hits a hero. So you wouldn't even get your crank counter back. So you're just going to be wasting those. Like, I actually think Dromai might win that matchup more times than not. If you maybe give like who's favored, I would say Dromai. Not like a landslide, but it's not easy. I think we're all luckier. Journal fatigue max is easy. Yeah, I think I agree with you on that one, Tim. I think I agree with you. Max is already prone to fatigue against a normal deck, much less Dromai. But yeah, I think it's these three. I do think the best bright lights here will be Dash IO, personally. And then I think it's Tekla, and then I think it's Max. That's the order I have these three in as far as my projected power level for them. I think people are going to figure out an efficient way to play Dash IO in a tempo, like, boost way. And just get super good value off of her, like, boom grenades, penetration scripts, and some other, like, neat toys. Cat. Yeah, the kitten is being an asshole, Reagan. I had to shut a little bit out because she would not stop. I'll let her back in. Come on. Let's see if she comes back in. She's probably going to jump up and... I literally have a cut and am bleeding on my leg right now from that kitty jumping on my leg. I blame Reagan. You're a cat, not mine. I was so excited to test this list with y'all. Yeah, like this hand. Yeah. It's like, what's cool about starting with Tekla is you're able to play boost cards even turn one and try to hopefully like boost away You play high speed impact boost, which would have been underloop. Yeah. Trying to find a hand where it makes sense. Yeah, he's got some interesting hands for sure. Max has to assemble Mechanoid and OTK Jeremiah before Tumultai ruins his life. Yeah, ban Tumultai, right? Apparently that was the take from ProQuest season, ban Tumultai. After Lexi won like 50% of everything, the response was ban Tumultai, y'all. Checks out. I still think that was so funny. Ban Tumultai. Professional YouTuber here, y'all. We do things on the fly here at TCG Talk. That's the only way to play, you know? You wish they would ban Tumultai? Nah. Don't do that. Tumultai is not even that crazy. And it's not even nearly as... It's not nearly as frustrating, in my opinion, to play against Tumultai as it is to play against Codex. Like, if you're going to ban Tumultai before Codex, like, bruh. No shot. No shot you ban Tumultai before Codex. Cost Zero Scrap is so good on Tekla. I love it. Oh, yeah, 100%. Scrap Compactor is so good. The new Tome in Tumultai is dumb. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, it does make it easier to play the big dragons with new Tome. I'm excited to see what Mara comes up with that card. Super excited. Let us in. We just want to play. Wow. It took Reagan that long to respond to me talking shit. Well, y'all, I don't want to not hang out with y'all. We got 26 amazing people in here. But Talishar is not working. I don't really exactly have content to give you. Unless y'all just want to sit here and hear me talk, which I don't think anyone wants that. If you do, y'all are very nice people. I can link these in the chat for y'all if anybody wants them. Service is bad, but the kitten is worse. While I like new Tome and it allows Redline to run through cross dragons, the real benefit of Tome isn't dragging, it's greasy and Wheels of Ash. Yeah, oh no, it's an Ash generator, and it allows you to play 2 cost cards a lot easier and 3 cost dragons. It just generates so much. Generates resources, generates Ash, generates the ability to play higher cost cards. Whole 9 yards. It's just good. It's a good card. Good card. Boo. Not boo, like I'm upset with them. I understand what Talishar's doing. The amount of cards they've already coded is actually insane. What do we think of the Fabled? I think it's pretty good. Like, I don't know if it's an auto include, but I mean Dash.io and Max both like this. Yeah, no, I like hanging out too. I always feel weird though when I'm not giving y'all something that's like super useful. New Tome effectively being a blue that filters your hand and makes 2 Ash if you have Furnace equipped. It's absolutely wild. No, I agree. It is really good, Pyro. It's a game changer, especially at Empress. I feel bad for the Talishar guys. Yeah, Talishar and February teams are actually unreal people. I messaged Monk the other day, like 2 days ago, and just DM'd him and said, hey, like, thank you, obviously. I'm subbed to both of them. I subbed both to the February Patreon and the Talishar Patreon. But, like, it goes past just, like, having a joy of the game and joy for coding. Like, you have to have, like, a special thing in your side you to be able to do that stuff. Friendship is super useful. Yeah, this card's pretty decent. I mean, being able to put a steam counter back on your hyperdriver, or be able to put a steam counter on like a key item as Dash IO, it's pretty good. I don't know if it's worth an auto run though, but it's not bad. I wish it was a blue pitch, I'm not gonna lie. I love how they made this yellow pitch though. Like, it seems a little bit lighter to me. Maybe I'm wrong. It seems a little bit more gold than actual. Maybe it is the same color and I'm just tripping. Fable is bad. The dudes go hard. They use PHP. Okay. Yeah, the Fable's not good, but I think the Fable's better than previous Fableds. People are just used to having, and I'm not shitting on Tim here. I'm saying just in general. People are used to the Fableds being so broken that when we've just gotten good, flavorful Fables, they're like, oh, it's not that good. Because, like, think about it. Our first Fableds were Heart of Fiendal, which is just absolutely nuts. Eye of Ophidia, also really good. And then we had what? Library and Corsham. Corsham, rip to Corsham, but Library, insanely good. Arknight Shard, like our first four Fableds were what? Arknight Shard, Heart of Fiendal, Library, and Eye of Ophidia. Absolutely nuts. And then we got Command and Conquer Fabled, which is still a really good card. Like the last three have been what? Liasol, Mastercog, and Plague Hive. All three of these. I love Plague Hive. I need to get that back. I sold my cold foil of Plague Hive. I need to get a rainbow foil just to have it. I love this card so much. I was hoping for a blue pitch Tinnitin or like in the lore. No, yeah, a lot of people were saying that. Putra. A lot of people wanted that. But it is very interesting they didn't do any null rune stuff because of the lore of metrics. I would prefer boosted effect more than pitch. I can see that. Do you think the Tekla-Boston deck will be a major player in the meta? So like I said a little earlier, is that I think Dash IO is going to be the best deck out of the three. I think Tekla-Boston is second, and I actually think Max is last. I think Max has some good consistency, but until someone figures out a build that's broken, which somebody's going to, I think the deck is very counterable. So to answer your question, I don't think he'll be a major player, but I do think there's going to be a Michael Hamilton type player that just comes out of the woodwork and thinks of some crazy build for Tekla-Boston, and it absolutely slaps. So yes, I think he will be relevant, but I don't think he'll be a staple meta person. Literally looking at my Heart of Fiendal right now, I'm jealous. The only Fables I've ever owned, I have the... So Cricket in the chat, I call her the Queen of Fableds. So she pulled, I have a grade 9 Command and Conquer here. Let me tell you all about Cricket in the chat, who's also my best friend in life. This woman never played Flesh and Blood before. She still doesn't. She just collects. She has all the angels from freaking Dust Till Dawn. This woman, I'm not exaggerating when I say this. This woman opens... I'm trying to remember the exact order. All I know is she opened about 6 to 7 boxes. Single boxes, not case. Single boxes of different sets and pulled the Fabled or a Legendary in every single box. So her first box she ever opened, I remember this one, she pulled Library. Is that DIY Lobotomy 13? That's a great name. How you doing, DIY? Welcome. Appreciate you. So she opens one box of Monarch, opens Library. Then she opens a box of Tails, opens Corsham. One box, randomly picked. Then she opens a box of freaking what was this card from? Oh my gosh. Dynasty. Opens a box of Dynasty. Command and Conquer. Then she pulled Rainbow Foil, Phantasmal Footsteps. Then she pulled Plague Hive. Then she pulled an Extended Art Trench and Extended Art Redback Shroud. Yeah. So she's pulled all those on top of the fact that she's pulled a bunch of other shit. But I shit you not, in the first 7 boxes, that woman pulled 4 Fableds and 2 to 3 Legendaries. I know, Tim. That's what I'm saying, man. She's not going to be at the pre-release. She'll be there for the set release. She can be opening those boxes, but she's not going to be at the pre-release. This woman's unbelievable. I'm telling you, it's weird. It's weird. I told her that, like, chat, please tell her. There's people that open 40 boxes of this game and never open a Fabled. She's opened 4 or 3 or 4. She's opened a Plague Hive, a Corsham, a Library, and a Command and Conquer. I opened like 3 or 4 packs back when I first started Welcome to Wraith, and I got one. Didn't even know what it was worth. It's just been sitting there for years. That's exactly what happened to me, Ray. So I was in North Carolina. I had just started getting into TCGs in general. I've been playing Magic for like 6 months. Hated it. Absolutely hated it. Saw Flesh and Blood. It looked kind of cool. At that point, we were just going into Monarch. Monarch had just released. Sam, the owner at Cape Fear Collectibles. If you're ever in Wilmington, North Carolina, go to Cape Fear Collectibles. Showed me the game, gave me a couple packs for free to try out, and then one of my other buddies there gave me like a full, like basically like Commoner Katsu deck at the time. And so I got 4 random packs of Monarch, and I opened Library. Had no idea what I opened because I was like, oh, this is a cool little landmark. It's sideways. That's neat. And so I go back in the store the next. I didn't look it up like what it was. I go back in the store the next day. I'm like, oh, Sam, look what I got. And he's like, are you kidding me? And I didn't know it was like one every 900 packs. And so that obviously hooked me to buy shit after that. I'd have her open my boxes, but I'll be playing 4 cases worth of sealed. That's so dope. 4 cases worth of sealed, Tim? You're going to do 4 cases worth of sealed? With who? And can I join? Anyway, I got 2 cases. Depending on how my pulls go, I might get one more. We'll see. We'll see. Talishar, you probably are still down. It's okay if you are. We're still having fun. We're bobbing. How close is Nathan to streaming? I do not want to get in the way of Nathan's stream. Not that I would ever even get in the way of the card guys. They're 10 times bigger than me. But I still do not want to step on Nathan's toes. I want to be in there for his stream. He goes live at 8 my time, so 30 minutes from now. So I will be off in the next 30 minutes, so we can all tune in to Nathan. I'll actually probably... Can you raid on YouTube? Can you raid streams on YouTube? I've never done that. I know you can do it on Twitch. Can you raid streams on YouTube? YouTube live streamers can redirect viewers to other feature similar tricks. How do you do this? Log into YouTube Studio, go to settings, click on community. Under live redirect viewers. Once you're done, click save during the setup process. Edit customization and redirect ad. Okay, I figured it out. Y'all. Yeah, what we'll do is we'll stream up until Nathan starts, which currently is in 25 minutes if y'all want to wait that long. And then we'll raid Nathan when we get to his stream. Case Wars, yes, 100%. Roguelike mode is available. Is it available? Oh, that's funny. This thing is so funny. Blackjack Tavern is a lively space. You have been here many times before, and you come today with a purpose. What will you do? Change your hero, change your bounty, change your difficult... Change hero. I don't want to be Dorinthia. Arachne, hell yeah. Change your bounty. You walk over to the bounty board, you see the bounty you're about to turn in, but you also see a few new ones. Which one catches your eye? Ira. Change your normal. How does this work? You approach the man in the corner. He greets you pleasantly. You have just finished a contract. Which bounty are you removing from the board? I killed the Emperor because I'm freaking Arachne. Seeker's Knapsack. At the beginning of your turn, you may put a card from your hand in the bottom of your deck. If you do, draw a card. Ooh, that's pretty good. We'll do that one. Your destination lies beyond the pits. We're taking the scenic route through the back streets. This is so cool. Stealthy Stabber. What's my deck? Plunder. That's funny. This is so funny. No! They lied to us. It's not going to work. Oh, that sucks. Never seen anyone raid on YouTube. Neither have I, Tim. So that's why I'm going to wait. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Is Tunic that important so it gets reprinted 3 times? It has appeared in 4 sets total. Has it appeared in 4 sets total? I thought it was 3. Crucible, Wraith, and now this. Oh, I guess you're counting history pack. Putra, everyone has their opinion on Tunic. I will say this while being as objective as possible and being the positive side of the community with it. Tunic is very powerful. Its power creep has been insane. And from my perspective, LSS is going in the right direction of making class-specific equipment and trying to make the game more class-specific in general, I think. I think what happened, like right now, generics are just super overrated, right? Sink Below, Snatch, Fate Foreseen, Tunic, even stuff like Snapdragon Scalers, right? And stuff like that. It's just insanely high rate. And they want to make stuff. So I think they're doing 2 things. They're trying to make cards like Tunic more accessible for new players, right? Because Tunic's always going to be a thing until they ban it, which I think eventually they will not ban. Well, they're going to ban Tunic. I think eventually they will Living Legend Tunic, and it will become a part of the Living Legend format. But I think that's like a year or 2 from now. Could be wrong, but I think it will. Anyway, I think the game's going to move to very class specific. I think generics are going to be very, very, very light, and they're going to be very flavorful from now on. I don't think you're going to see a lot of generics. But I could be wrong, because they're not doing supplemental sets anymore. I think they're going to do region-focused sets with class-focused like buffs, and then make generics very flavorful. Because I think they realize the power of what good generics do to a deck. It limits play space. It limits game design. So I can't tell you why they released it in this set. My guess is to try to make it a little bit better price point for people. Yeah. Generics were needed early on, but if they keep making crappy L's, then they will always be needed. See, Tim, I think they're only crappy because of how good generics are, right? The L's themselves aren't crappy. It's just the fact that generic L's are broken, right? Like, where's Rarity? Like, Arcanite Skullcap, amazing, right? Crown Province is really good. That's a little bit newer. Tunic is really good, right? I just think, like, the L's aren't crappy. It's just the power creep. They didn't realize how good they made their original legendaries, right? Like, you had Arcanite Skullcap, Tunic, Mask of Momentum for Ninja, which will never be replaced until they somehow change the Ninja archetype. This card will always be the best headpiece, in my opinion, traditionally, unless you make a build that is not favored for it. New Horizon. This came out in Everfest, yeah, that's super broken. Even stuff like Scab Skin Layers and Welcome to Wraith, like all these super above rate legendaries. I love what they've done with everything now when it comes to actually making legendaries that are flavorful but still good. Blacktip Whispers, it's good. If it hits, it gets go again. It blocks for 1, you can bring it back. Super good. It's not a Rage Force Bracers. This card blocks for 3, has Battle Worn, and it has a continuous effect. It's insanely powerful. I love where they're going with legendaries like Dyadic Carapace, Flick Knives, even HyperX3, where like it's these flavorful things that create some cool archetypes, but also don't gatekeep the class. Scowling Fleshbag. This card's insane. This card's potentially 7 to 10 value if you use it correctly, but you got to use it correctly, right? I don't know. I don't think legendaries are bad at all. I just think comparatively to old legendaries, they're just normal now. They're getting legendaries to where they want them. This legendary is bonkers to me, but that's a different story. I'm excited that we're seeing a class that tries to sneak into Talishar. I know I keep trying to sneak just casually. Try to get like one game in before I raid, but if not, it's totally fine. Runeblade, generic, everything else, Mechanologist. What class has the worst legendaries? I don't think Mechanologist has the worst legendaries. Tekla Foundry Heart. That's a battle-worn block 3 that has a continuous effect that does a lot of stuff. I'm trying to think of what has the worst legendaries. You have Ranger, which is really good. I'm trying to think who has the worst legendaries class-wise. Probably Assassin, right? Assassin has the worst legendaries. They have more than Mechanologist, which actually is really freaking funny. But yeah, I would say Assassin, technically power level wise, has the worst legendaries. Light Warrior specifically. Yeah, I agree. But now they have Warband of Balana. This card is so good. I mean, if you take out New Horizon, Ranger also has really bad legendaries. The only good legendary in Ranger is New Horizon. Trench of Sucking Treasure is Trench. And then Skullbone Crosswrap is good in Azalea, but that card is useless anywhere else in any other type of archetype. Can we talk about how this is the best legendary ever made and should be banned and never played again? Well, it can't be played right now in CC, thank God. But yeah. Assassin can buy back their L's. Yeah, but your L never goes away, Tim. It blocks 3 and then keeps doing what it does. Assassin has to buy back their equipment 3 times just to equal your 1 equipment. I'm just arguing with you for fun. But I do think that Mechanologist has the least amount. Ray, I'm respectfully going to say this. I hope you're wrong. We need to stay away from Monarch stuff. For the love of God. I know that angels sell. Let's call a spade here. Angels and light and shadow sells. Right? Because waifu tax. And dark waifu tax. But like, can we go to Savage Lands, right? Let's go to Mysteria. The new legendary seems so bad. No, Warband of Balana is good. It's a block 3 that has perfect synergy with what you want to do, which is charging your soul and you draw a card. Super good. Like, you can block 2. You can choose to block 3 with it or block 2 and then pay 2 to charge your soul and replace the card you just pitched. I feel like it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like broken. I think it's pretty good. I mean, it's better than... They now have a complete line of synergistic equipment. What was I going to talk about? I just totally lost my train of thought. Oh. Can we talk for a second why they hate us as Ninja players? Where are you? Who thought this was a good idea? Where are you? Who thought this was a good idea? Hey, y'all. It's not even XX. It's X. If you play this from Arsenal, you can pitch 3 blues into it and then play a Spinal Crush for free the next turn. Yes, it's a setup, but come on, man. And it has Go Again. So you can pitch 2 blues into this, make 6 seismic surge tokens. They don't pop. Swing your hammer with your third blue for 6, and then have 6 surge tokens the next turn. Why is this a card? I don't understand. I don't get it. It's like Awakening. Not quite Awakening, but it's like a mini Awakening. It's so funny, man. Guardian already has enough broken stuff. And then Guardian gets this, right? I'm gonna be on a soapbox for 2 seconds. I hope we go to Mysteria next. That's the only thing I can think of. Guardian gets this. Dromai gets this. Riptide, as bad as he is, gets a really nice, good specialization that makes complete sense. Assassin gets a really good 6 power 3 block with Irrelevant on hit. And then we get this. We better be getting the best freaking Turtle Ninja. We better be getting like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle level Turtle Ninja. I better be getting freaking Donatello in Mysteria. Right? I better see Donatello and freaking Leonardo just running around Mysteria saying whatever. Yeah, Brute did get scammed, but I think Brute got scammed because we're going to Savage Lands next. That's my prediction. I think we're going to Savage Lands next. Back of the card theory just went down one side, then the other. Yeah, I know. It kind of went out the window a little bit, but it's still pretty close. It's still pretty cool how they've done it. Also, I like this card. I don't know if it's better than Flick Knives, but I want to try it. Because this card has some pretty cool application with Shakedown. Right, you can play Shakedown cold with this card off Tunic. Right, you play Shakedown for 6, and if they don't block it, then if they don't block it, nothing happens. But even if they do block it, like, I don't know, there's just some cool application with this. Mysteria next. I do think it's Mysteria or Savage Lands, but based off that one picture of that one poster or whatever that was at that event, that's the most vague shit ever. I think we might be going to Savage Lands next. I think Mysteria will be after Savage Lands, or who knows? Who knows? I didn't get a spoiler card this set, which is completely fine. I double checked with Alex to make sure I didn't do anything detrimental, but they just were giving other creators the limelight, which is totally fine. It was so much fun just like sitting back and watching the spoilers. But man, when we go Mysteria, I'm gonna buy a whole freaking outfit and a freaking katana and stuff. It's gonna be fun. Anyway, yeah, all these cards pretty good. Also, well, the other one that was kind of funny was this one. Finno Black was like, Prism is saved, yay. It was funny. That one's also bad. That one's actually worse than Wax Off. Ooh, that would be pretty cool, Tim. But are we really gonna go to Monarch again in 4 sets? Like, didn't they say they're gonna be putting out more product like faster? Yeah, that was technically the last card I think revealed, Mad Link. Yeah, didn't they say that that they're gonna be putting out more product? Like, they're not doing supplemental sets anymore, and then they're putting out like more, like a quicker volume with sets. I thought they said that. Boo. Monarch, no, please. I agree, Mad Link. I agree. I'll love anything they put out, though. It's fine. Well, if it gets back on tonight, I'm going to mess with this dash list a little bit more. Yeah, I could see that, Tim. Could see that. All right, y'all, 10 minutes, and then we're going to raid Nathan's stream when he starts up. I'm sure most of y'all are already going to go to Nathan's stream, but Please show the card guys love. They're really good people. I don't really talk to them that much. I've had some discussions with Kyle. That's about it. Warrior Axe set win. Please, Mad Link. One of my favorite decks to play in Flesh and Blood is Axe's Story. Not Axe Story. Axe's Story. Well, yeah, no, Monarch 3 is coming, Tim. I just hope it doesn't come within a year of Monarch 2. You know what I mean? That's all. Okay, so let's read how we do this again. Click edit. Let's edit. Where's edit? Oh, maybe I can't. Can I? There's got to be a way to do this. Details, analytics, monetization. Oh, there's a control room. Okay. And then you do edit. Select under customization under redirect. Click add. When your live stream ends, you'll see a confirmation showing where your viewers will be redirected. The card guys. Save. Sweet. That's dope. That means once I turn off the stream, it should automatically redirect y'all to Nathan's stream. I gotta up my bit rate too on my I need to probably move my cam a little bit because if people don't turn off no annotations or don't know how, then it can be a problem. If there's Dragon, Angel, and Demon, is it possible we get an Alien too? I don't know. I think that would be too not Wraith, but who knows? LSS might end up doing it. First set of 2025, I think they said. Okay, that's not bad. That means we're going to get arguably 5 sets between now and then, counting this one. Can we get a quick game in, Talishar? Probably not. It's fine. I'm excited to play Benji and Blitz just for fun. This is a random one. Been messing with. Using some of the cards from the TCC kit like Growl. And then use them as Chibius Meeps. This deck's really fun. I want to use Pouncing Paws. I want to make Pouncing Paws work in a Tiger Katsu deck. Andy, I don't think they will ever go back to that. I don't think they'll ever go back to those elements. I just don't. If they do, it'll be way down the line when they've completely restructured the power scale. Those elements are way, way, way above rate and way too flexible. There's a reason, in my opinion, there's a reason why they did not do anything to Lexi, because they just want Lexi to LL so they can get rid of Tails out of the format. I mean, we have a multi-class hero technically with Emperor. I know. I can't wait for Tigers either, Tim. I'm so ready. I'm so ready. Do I have it in here? I think I do. Maybe I don't. I might delete it. Yeah, I think I deleted it. Do I have a public version of it? I might have not deleted the public version. Gosh, I don't think I have it, which I'm so upset about. This is my old Tiger Katsu list without the new cards in it. Yeah, I want this list to be good so bad. Because now what you can do is you can literally take like Be Like Water out and put in Growl. You can take out even E-Strike if you wanted to, because Growl's in here now. Cards like, because of what we have now access to, cards like Flex Claws are a lot more viable now. Because now you have play lines like you can play Flex Claws for 4, create a Crouching Tiger, you know, Katsu trigger, go get something else. Then you play Growl, giving your next Crouching Tiger +1. Then you play the Crouching Tiger from what hit with Flex Claws. Like, you have a little bit more consistency now. I could probably take out Spinning Wheel Kick for this. This card's a trap. Don't run it. You can't pitch it for Kodachis, which feels really freaking bad. I think this is where I was at. I wanted to try to make Pouncing Paws work, because Pouncing Paws seems really fun. Let's see what's in the set. You get a Rainbow Full Edge of Autumn in the Tellurian Community College kit, by the way. Super excited about that. Oh yeah, Red Bearing Thorns. That's what I was going to put in. I'm an idiot. Okay, so they got some pretty good cards. Ira's going to be a decent deck. Brevant is just insane, though. I don't think Razor goes in, or if it does, I think it goes to a 2 of. Same thing with Salt the Wound. And then we need a 1 of. How many blues we got? 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Maybe we go to 14 blues. Really don't need recoil anymore because we don't have head jabs anymore. I'll mess with this list a little bit more. But no, like, Tiger Katsu is a lot more options now. Bittering Thorns is super nice in this deck because Bittering Thorns can buff a Tiger now. Growl can buff a Tiger now. Then you have Razors and Art of War. You have Head Leads the Tail can buff Tigers now, and Roar the Tigers. So like when you play a Predatory Streak, you now have 3, 6, 9, 12. Technically these 14, 17 cards in your deck. If you run Concealed Blade, 20 cards in your deck that can buff Tigers. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Probably gonna watch Nathan stream after this, then play some Cyberpunk. Okay, is Nathan live yet? I was gonna wait until he was live to actually move everybody. Okay, he is live. I am going to end the stream here, y'all. I'm gonna it'll hopefully redirect. Go check out Nathan's stream. Go have fun over there. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. Tim, Ray, Madlink, Petra, all y'all. Thank you so much. Reagan, y'all are awesome. Fish and Blood Gaming. Thank y'all also for the subs. We got a couple subs today. Y'all are great. Hopefully y'all have a good rest of your day. And yeah, I'll see y'all next time on TCG Talk. Thank y'all so much.